In the heart of Concon, Guinea, on April 6, 1926, a girl was born into a world not yet ready for her brilliance. Jeanne Martin Cissé, the eldest of 7, was raised in a household that defied colonial expectations. A father of Malinke and Soninke descent, a mother of Susu heritage, both committed to education and dignity. In a time when African girls were rarely seen in classrooms, Jeanne was already dreaming beyond the confines of empire. At just 14, Jeanne passed the entrance exam to the École Normale des Jeunes Filles de l'Afrique de l'Ouest, becoming the first girl from Concon to do so. Under the guidance of Germaine Le Goff in Rufisque, she absorbed more than pedagogy. She embraced Pan-Africanism, feminism, and the power of collective voice. Graduating in 1944, Jeanne returned to Guinea as one of its first female teachers. She taught at the girls' school in Concon, planting seeds of empowerment in minds that had never imagined freedom. But Jeanne's classroom was only the beginning. In 1946, she joined the Union Manding and met a young trade unionist named Ahmed Sékou Touré. Their shared vision led her to the Rassemblement Démocratique Africain in 1947, a movement that would shape Guinea's future and her own. By 1954, Jeanne was representing the Senegalese Democratic Union in France, speaking for African women on international platforms. Her voice, firm, eloquent, unapologetic, was becoming impossible to ignore. After Guinea's historic no to French colonial rule in 1958, Jeanne returned home. Her husband became chief of staff to the Minister of Health, and she dove deeper into activism. In 1959, she attended the West African Women's Union Congress in Bamako, advocating for a Pan-African women's movement. For a decade, Jeanne served as Secretary General of the Pan-African Women's Organization. She traveled across the continent, building networks, mentoring leaders, and challenging patriarchal norms. Her work laid the foundation for generations of African feminists. In 1968, Jeanne Martin Cissé was elected to Guinea's National Assembly. After her husband's death in 1971, under suspicious circumstances at Camp Boiro, she rose to the Central Committee, becoming the first woman vice president of the Assembly. Then came history. In 1972, Jeanne was appointed Guinea's permanent representative to the United Nations. That same year, she became the first woman to preside over the UN's Security Council. In a chamber dominated by men and global powers, an African woman from Can held the gavel. Her leadership extended to the UN's Special Committee against Apartheid. Jeanne's voice thundered against racial injustice, calling for sanctions, solidarity, and liberation. She was not just a diplomat. She was a moral compass. In 1976, President Sékou Touré summoned her back to Guinea, appointing her Minister of Social Affairs and member of the Politburo. She worked tirelessly to improve education, healthcare, and women's rights, until the tides turned. After Touré's death in 1984, Jeanne was arrested, along with other political leaders. She spent 13 months in detention, never charged, never broken. When Diarra Traoré's coup failed in 1985, she left Guinea, first to Senegal, then to the United States. Even in exile, Jeanne continued her mission. In 1988, she joined the International Committee of Solidarity for Women and Children in Southern Africa, supporting victims of apartheid and war. Her accolades were many. The Lenin Peace Prize in 1975, international honors, and reverence from peers. But Jeanne never sought applause. Her reward was progress. On February 21, 2017, Jeanne Martin Cissé passed away in Conakry. She left behind 6 children, a continent transformed, and a legacy etched into the annals of history. Jeanne Martin Cissé was more than a pioneer. She was a pathmaker. She taught, she led, she resisted. From Cancan to New York, her journey was a testament to what African women can achieve when they refuse to be silenced.